guys. So we talked about a bunch of decks. Hunter. Now we're going to move on to Mage. I know a lot of people are excited about Mage. Mage being one of the strongest classes currently in Ungoro, right? And let's go with the most expensive card, which happens to be the Death Knight, Frost Lich Jaina. 9 for battle price. Summon a 3/6 water elemental. Your elementals have lifesteal this game. And also the hero power is you ping for 1, and if something dies from the ping, you summon a 3/6 water elemental. I think that is strong. And I think people are going to be willing to play or develop some kind of elementals list or whatnot. Like, I don't know if it'll be the dominating archetype, because obviously other archetypes will still exist. Burn Mage, Freeze Mage, and this doesn't override those win conditions, right? This is for a different deck, but I think the card is still going to see a lot of play. I really think the Death Knights really do define a lot of the future decks. So you know what? Even though I can't figure out where the card will fit, I think it's going to be pretty good. So I'm going to give Jaina 4 out of 5. I think that card will exist somewhere. Maybe wild, right? Glacial Mysteries 8. Put one of each secret from your deck into the battlefield. I think this card sucks, okay? I think maybe this is just like they made it so you have something else to see on Glyph that you don't want to pull, right? Primordial Glyph. That said, it will see play in Reno Mage with Inkmaster Solia. Should you run enough secrets, which, that's even just another question, right? But likely to be a poor card, so 1 out of 5. Sindragosa, 8 for an 8/8 dragon. Battle price, summon 2/0/1 frozen champions. Now, we haven't talked about a dragon list. There's a very possibility that some kind of dragon mage comes out. That would be interesting. But you'll notice the curve here. Turn 8, Sindragosa. Turn 9, Jaina. And then turn 10, pinging something, right? So it is interesting. I don't really know. I don't think this card is too bad, although it is pretty slow. And I don't want to give too many buffs, like say that this will be a meta-defining card or whatnot. So I would give it a 3 out of 5. It's not that crazy of a win condition at all, but it is a lot of value, although it's very vulnerable and susceptible to a lot of things, right? So 3 out of 5. I think it'll be pretty good. Ghastly Conjurer, 4 for a 2/6. Add a mirror image spell to your hand. Obviously, this will see play in Quest Mage, right? Exodia Mage. But I don't find the card to be that good, although it is interesting. It is interesting. But it's not, I don't think it's good enough to make Exodia Mage like the hottest shit right now, right? So for me, 2 out of 5. Not that great. Frozen Clone, secret. After your opponent plays a minion, add 2 copies of it to your hand. Now, this does seem crazy in value, because now people can't escape the battle cry. Like a lot of people, when they see a secret go up, they're thinking it's Mirror Entity. They want to play around Mirror Entity, so they drop something cheap or something with a battle cry, right? Now, this turns out to be pretty good against those. The problem is this is just too slow. And often, like, unless there's a real control mage archetype that develops, what is the point of value in the hand? Like, what is the point of these creatures? That works better in priest or some other class, but not in mage. So I don't know how good this will be. 1 out of 5 to me. Simulacrum, 3 mana spell. Copy the lowest cost minion in your hand. I think this might be interesting with Arcane Giants, Sorceress Apprentices, and Exodia Mage. But I don't think this card is this good. I will actually give it 2 out of 5. I don't think it sees a lot of play. Cold Wraith, 3 for a 3/4 battle cry. If an enemy is frozen, draw a card. And you'll see other cards being listed. And I think this card is good. Frostbolt, the new card, which is Breath of Sindragosa, Frost Nova. Even just a 3 for a 3/4, just the body itself is nice, and I think maybe there's a new type of temple mage or zoo type of mage. Gosh, I like the card. I think it's pretty good. I think it'll be a staple. I think it's overhyped. Like, I honestly don't think it's that good, but it's pretty good. And I think people are going to play it a lot, so I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5, even though I think it's overrated. Cold Wraith, pretty good. Doomed Apprentice, 3 for a 3/2. Your opponent's spells cost 1 more. Card sucks. 1 out of 5. Don't even want to talk about this card, it's bad. Ice Walker, 2 for a 1/3. Your hero power also freezes the target. This does seem a little low, but you see with these other cards, there is some playability. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5. I bet, you know, maybe I haven't thought of it yet, but this card might be okay. 2 out of 5. Breath of Sindragosa, 1, deal 2 damage to a random enemy minion and freeze it. This reminds me a lot of like Flame Cannon. And Flame Cannon, by the way, contrary to popular belief, was one very crazy ass card. I think this is pretty darn close to it. It's pretty good, especially when you think of like the interactions with like Cold Wraith and the other things you can do. I think it's a good card. This is one of the better cards in the set to me. I'm gonna say it's a 5 out of 5. I bet you that this card. Actually, I'll give you a 4 out of 5. Breath of Sindragosa. It's not that gross, but it's pretty good. So that was the mage cards. What do you think? What do you think about Jaina? What do you think about Sindragosa? What do you think about the freezing spells? Let me know if you're excited and what you're gonna build when the expansion releases with Mage.